Howdy everyone, so here I am again, gonna make some dinner, and look what I brought from the grocery store. I brought these bolillos. They were 5 for $1, so yes, I got 5. And these are personal sized little white French bread, I guess a little loaf. A pan blanco is what it is. It's called a bolillo for certain reasons, I guess. I'm not really sure. Gotta look that up. So I decided I'm gonna make some tortas with those, which means I'm gonna make some sandwiches. And so I got some rotisserie chicken, yep, already made. And just gonna shred that up. And I'm gonna cut up some fresh onion and some tomatoes and a little bit of serrano pepper. And I think I'm gonna make a hot salsa with this. And I've got some shredded lettuce, and I'll see what else I can put in my torta. But first I'm gonna start off by shredding my chicken, and I'll be right back. Okay, and here's the chicken all shredded up. It's been removed from the bones, skins removed, little fatty bits and little veins removed, and just chunked up, not too small, not big pieces. I just want to make sure you're able to chew into them when you bite into your sandwich, and not a big old piece comes dragging out of your mouth. You don't want that. So you want to make the pieces as small as you can, not too much, because we're not going to make a chicken salad out of it. We want it to have some texture when we chew into it. Okay, so then now what I'm going to make is some salsa roja with some tomatoes. I got 5 Roma tomatoes in there. They're just big pieces. They're not small pieces. They're going to get all chopped up in the blender anyway. This is my soup maker actually, so it sautés at the same time. So what I would be doing is I would be putting these tomatoes with some oil in a pot or a little pan. Where I could add some water and just cook them until they were nice and soft, and then salt and pepper, whatever other seasonings I think I might want to use. And if I want to add jalapeno or serrano, or not add any chile at all, just a little bit of blending in the blender after that, and then I would end up with some salsa roja. But I'm going to use my my little soup maker, and I've got it on, and I think I'm going to set it for, well, that's 30 minutes. Well, I'm going to put it on saute for 10 minutes, and that'll be good enough. It'll start cooking up, getting heated up pretty soon. The tomatoes will start cooking up, but I need to add some water in there too. So that's about half a cup of water in there with those little 5 tomatoes, and cover that up completely. And now, if they were already cooked, I would have to just stick them in a blender and just stir them and break them up. But I'm sauteing them in here. So that's it. Just saute them in a pan, put them in a blender, and make a salsa. And I'll be right back. And there we go. My salsa is all done. See, it's got this little consistency. It's a bit of watery consistency, but it's nice. And I've already tried some. It's delicious and hot. You can see the steam coming off of it. That's what all that blurriness is. And I've got my tortas, or rather my pan blanco or bolillos or French bread, whatever you want to call it. I toasted them in the oven so they get nice and crusty on the outside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them in half this way, like that. And then I'm going to build my tortas. And look what I even made. I even made some potatoes, little cubed up pieces of potatoes, some refried beans. Here's my chicken, some lettuce and some sliced onion to go on top, and of course my salsa. So I'm going to start building this up so that you can see how it looks in the end. Okay, well, I wanted you to see what I did with the bread. Once I sliced it open, what I did is I pulled out some of the inside, this little soft bread, which is really delicious. But I went ahead and I pulled that out, only because I want to create like a little pocket in there to hold the ingredients that I'm going to use. So first, some black refried beans. You can use pinto beans. They don't have to be refried, mashed up. They can be whole. And then I decided to make some little potatoes, and I'm going to put some of those in. And you don't have to add these. These are little cube potatoes that I like to buy. They're already cubed up. They're southern style hash browns is what they are. And it's just a potato. What I did is I added some of my nor tomate, which is a tomato bouillon with a chicken flavor, to season them up, just to add a little bit of flavor to them. And instead of adding salt and pepper, that's what I added. I'm going to add some of this chicken. I'm going to use my fingers just to grab a few bits. Throw them in there. Oops, one fell out of the outside. And what I did is I also squeezed a lemon juice. I squeezed a lime. Not a lemon juice. I squeezed a lime onto the chicken. One whole lime onto my shredded chicken. And I mixed it up so I can get that little bit of a lime flavor. The chicken that I got was obviously already cooked from the grocery store. It was a rotisserie chicken. And it says it's lemon pepper. But, you know, you don't really get a lot of that flavor because you end up removing the skin and you end up not actually getting that flavor, but it's still a really delicious tasting chicken. But I just added a little bit of lime because I only had one, and should have bought some more limes, but I only had one and I wanted them to all have all of us to have the little lime flavor, so I went ahead and added to the chicken already rather than giving everybody their own individual slice. And now I'm going to top with some fresh sliced onions. Now you could add chopped onions if you prefer. You don't have to add any onions at all. You could put pickles in here if you want. You know, change it up. I'm trying to think of what else you could put in there. Some bell pepper, maybe. Olives. I'm going to top it up with some shredded lettuce that I also got already shredded because I am doing a lazy cook recipe. And I don't like the way this one looks. I'm going to take that one out. I'm doing a lazy cook recipe, so I'm not shredding any of these things up. And now I'm going to drizzle my salsa on my torta. Yes, lots and lots of it because that's just how I like it. You can add as much as you want, as little as you want. You could drown this out if you wanted. Look at that, just like that. And there you go. There's my torta. Crispy, crunchy. I have to taste it and I'll be right back. And here you go. I've already taken 2 bites out of my torta. It is so good. The chicken is so good with a little bit of lime flavor on there. The beans have been refried so they have a nice little toastiness to them. All nice and hot. The potatoes are nice and crunchy, but they're soft on the inside. The best part is this bread. It's crusty on the outside, but it is nice and soft and chewy on the inside. So it is so good. And I've cut it in half. I don't know if I'm going to eat the whole thing. I'm going to try. This is so good. You could maybe even put them on a little toaster and with a panini press, you know, in your little pan. Press them down, make them nice and flat. Remove some of the bread on the inside like I did. Press them down like a panini, maybe with some cheese. Oh, some queso fresco would be delicious in there. Maybe some avocado, if you just want to make them like that. I hope you enjoyed my little quick, lazy recipe. Of course, the only thing that I did from scratch was the salsa. You can add your own kind of salsa. The only thing that I would change about the salsa is that I would add the whole serrano pepper in there and that add more salt because I didn't add enough salt to it. But that would be the only thing different that I would do about that. That is just tomato, a little bit of oil, some water, and half serrano pepper. That's all this was. Simple. You can make some, let it cool off, put it in a little mason jar, put it in your fridge, and it's good for a week. It's probably going to be gone the first couple of days. If you maybe make triple the amount, but it's probably going to be gone like within the first 2 or 3 days. I wouldn't leave it in the fridge any longer than a week. Just make a small amount, and this is awesome with anything. Look at that. It is so good. I like that orange color that it has too. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any additional ideas that you would like to add to this torta idea, put it in the comments. Please like and please subscribe, and hope you enjoy.